When you're clear on what you want, which is the goal, and why you want it, which is the motivation, inspiration, reason, energy, etc., all in the same group. When you know the what, you know the why. The how is the bridge in between the two. But when these two are strong enough, then the bridge will present itself. You'll find the bridge when these two are very strong. When you have a serious reason and you're really solid on that reason, and you know exactly what you're trying to achieve, you have a clear outcome, then you will figure out the how, because how is the thing that we are inundated with in our world today. There's plenty of how to out there. There are a million different hows for pretty much any challenge that you have. So that's often not the problem, but often people will say that's the only thing that they're missing. I just don't know how to do it or what to do. And once you do a little bit of digging, you realize that they're not really clear on what the goal is, which is why it's so hard to figure out how to do it. Or they simply haven't taken the necessary steps to get the right strategy to apply the how. Because again, you can come up with 100 different ways to launch a podcast, 1,000 different ways to read a book, 50 different ways to create a course, 200 different ways to start a coaching program. So if you're not clear on your outcome and what you want, then all those hows can start to confuse you.
Yeah.
And if you're not clear on why you want to achieve the outcome, then when you got all these hows presented to you, let's say they cost a certain amount of money. Okay, well, you don't want to make the investment. Well, why not? Why don't you want to make the investment? Maybe it's because your desire to achieve this outcome is maybe not as strong as you thought it was. Because when the desire's there, then people will do what's necessary to get to the outcome. They'll narrow down to find who is speaking the best to them, who has the best approach, at least from what you can surmise, and take the next step. So sometimes people do have access to the how. They just don't want to make the commitment. They don't want to take that next step because, again, the outcome is not strongly enough at pulling them, and the why is not strong enough at pushing them. So they end up in this kind of no man's land and analysis by paralysis, trying to figure out what to do, even though it's clear what they should do. They just don't want to do it.